This is just one chapter of the Stories with Sapphire podcast. Hear this story and others like it on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and anywhere you listen to podcasts. Hello, believers, non believers, and everyone in between. You're listening to Stories with Sapphire. I am Sapphire Sandalo. Now get cozy and open your mind because it's story time. The Knocking, submitted by Anonymous. Hi, Sapphire. I'm such a huge fan of your videos, and I listen to your podcasts any chance I get. I have a story that happened to me not too long ago, but the names are changed for privacy reasons. I was 13 and a very huge fan of the supernatural. Every chance I got, I would watch animated horror stories and listen to podcasts. My sisters thought that I was slightly crazy, not getting as scared as they would whenever they were brave enough to watch with me. My mom didn't mind, as long as I didn't come crying to her in the middle of the night saying the boogeyman was in my room. I lived in I don't know the name, but I'm just going to say a hotel. I was in the bathroom, taking a shower and getting ready for bed. There was steam covering the glass, so I couldn't see anything. I was rinsing out my conditioner when I heard 3 light taps on the glass. I ignored it, thinking that one of my sisters must have dropped something in their room. But before I got out, I heard another 3 knocks. This time, they were louder and harder, but not too hard that they disturbed anyone. I thought it was one of my sisters pranking me, so I stuck my head out and exclaimed, "Okay, that's not funny." The bathroom was empty, and the door to my sister's room was shut. It must have been my imagination, I thought. Wrapping a towel around my body, I got out and went to change. As I turned off the lights, I climbed into the pull-out bed I slept in at the time and fell asleep. Something woke me up. I looked outside and it was still dark. Then I heard it. The 3 knocks. They were coming from the window. And I know what you're going to say. Oh, it was probably fine. You must have a balcony or something fell. But I was on the first floor. There was no balcony or any trees. The knocks were slightly quicker than normal knocks, as if someone wasn't opening the door and they were getting irritated. I told my sisters and mom in the morning, and of course, my sisters made fun of me, saying that I had become scared while my mom scolded me for watching too many videos. But I wasn't lying. I was sure that I heard it. Fast forward to a year later, I was now living in a small apartment with, finally, my own room. This time, it had a balcony with a sort of broken door. It was really cold that time of year, so I always made sure to close the balcony door. One night, I was doing my usual routine, but this time, the door wouldn't close. I pushed, kicked, but it wouldn't close at all. After trying and sort of succeeding, with the door slightly more broken now, I began getting into bed when I heard those 3 loud knocks coming from the balcony door. I was terrified. I ran to my sister's room and shook her awake, saying that I thought someone was on my balcony, but she thought I was crazy, and that if I really was scared, then I could sleep on the floor beside her. I tried, but could not fall asleep. So I went to the bathroom, phone in hand in case there actually was an intruder, and stayed there until morning. So please, if you have any advice on what to do, Sapphire, I would really appreciate it. Because occasionally, I still hear the knocks at night. Sometimes they will be coming from a window or the door, sometimes even the walls. Sometimes they'll be quick, sometimes they're slow, but they're still the same. 3 loud knocks. There's a lot of folklore when it comes to hearing knocks. In the Philippines, there are two harbingers of death: the nangangatok, which is an invisible spirit, and the kumakatok, which are three robed figures. Some say not to open any doors or windows when you hear the knocking, because then you are actively inviting the spirits in. It might be an entity that needs that permission. If this knocking is still following you and it's become a problem, you should seek the help of a spiritual authority, because there might be something trying really hard to come for you. Thanks for joining me today. Have you ever heard something you couldn't explain? Send me an email at storieswithsapphire@gmail.com. And did you know that I offer bone and tarot readings? You can schedule a session at storieswithsapphire.com. Salamat and good night.